Yeah, last video was a bit of light entertainment, about a dying woman, some family-friendly stuff, typical, of my light entertainment YouTube channel. And this time around, I guess I'm going to get serious, cut the bullshit, and talk about how Musk sticks are bad. The starting point for any good, solid, substantial discussion like this is that Musk sticks obviously taste no good. I've got here a packet of Coles flavour Musk sticks, one of the two great Australian flavours. Obviously, the other great Australian flavour being Woolworths. Let's try a Coles flavoured Musk stick. See? It's in there. Yeah, they taste bad. They are bad things. This is bad. Do you know what I mean? That's bad. That's it. To be honest, I haven't actually thought about many creative ways to articulate that they taste bad. Is that alright? They're bad. I'm not hoping for a video that pops up in the queue after Isaac Butterfield's top 10 things Americans hate about Australian sweets video. Alright, look, you want fucking... Look, here we go. I didn't like it, so I spat it out. That's a visual cue. I know it's not your fault that I choose to do this video about this subject. I'm just saying, I haven't thought about more fun ways to say how bad they are. It tastes like old perfume or fucking old people or something. That's it. I haven't thought about any... Can we move on now, please? I just saw this ABC article which says medieval Middle Eastern recipes call for musk in a number of sweet treats. By the 1600s, musk lozenges were all the rage at courtly parties in the Ottoman Empire. Princes and sultans enjoyed the lollies, not only for the flavour, but for the pleasant smell musk gave their breath. But don't get ahead of yourself, mate, because you know what? You're not a sultan in a 17th century Ottoman court. You're Stacey from Toowoomba. So don't give me this, it's actually woven into the rich tapestry of history shit. Particularly when we acknowledge what we know about where the flavour of musk comes from. Because you do know where it comes from, right? Musk comes from the glands in the groin of a deer. Male musk deers, cute little guys with fangs instead of antlers who live in northern Asia and Europe, think Russia and Mongolia, mark their territory and mate by spraying from their musk gland, which is about the size of a golf ball and situated right in front of their penis. Let's go all science. This scientific research article is named Microbiota Changes in the Musk Gland of Male Forest Musk Deer During Musk Maturation, and it says the musk gland in an adult male forest musk deer is an organ that synthesizes, stores and secretes musk, a cream-colored liquid upon initial secretion that gradually transforms into a blackish brown solid substance upon full maturation. That's all Googleable. Like, you could have found this at any time yourself, and yet you, as an Australian, continue eating it. And if that's the case, if that's really all you wanted, instead of, like a nostalgic Aussie treat, then why don't you just pop into a wildlife sanctuary or a zoo and plant both of your hands upon the rump of, an adult male deer and separate the cheeks and bury your head in its groin and suck all of the secretion out. If that's what you want, that is. It's totally up to you. I wouldn't ever pressure you. That's totally your choice. Don't take it from me. Musk sticks are so bad that they are located in something called the Disgusting Food Museum in Sweden. The head of that museum spoke to Neil Mitchell at some point, and he said he thinks musk sticks are vile. But what he said to Neil was, they taste vile, and this is the point of the museum. Australians like that type of candy because you're familiar and grew up with it. Other people haven't, and they think it's disgusting. And that's really the point, isn't it? Taste and nostalgia become entangled, and we kind of remember our pasts tied up with these treats. So the Vegemite that I love becomes the treat that I can trick some tourist into, you know, tell them it's chocolate, ha ha ha, they hate it, and never the twain shall meet in terms of experience, because we all grew up in different places. I get that, you know, multiplicity of experiences worldwide, and I think that's an interesting experiment. But I actually just thought I'd share that museum placement thing with you, because most Australians are snivelling colonial lapdogs, desperately hoping for validation from outside sources, particularly from white people in Europe. So, you know, if knowing that you're eating a deer's groin isn't doing it for you, surely wanting to impress some Swedes would. Mustard, a degenerate snack for degenerates. Yeah, degenerate stuff all over. Here's my broader problem with Musk sticks. I have a combative relationship with many supposedly nostalgic sweeties, because I kind of believe that these sweeties actually represent the totality of many people's supposedly fond memories of their Australian childhood. I think they're not merely part of that nostalgia, but in fact sweets are often the only thing that Australians can recall from when they were kids. And I think that helps to expose how deeply acultural this cunting little white enclave of a country is. Living in Australia is like being imprisoned against your will in a gated community of Boer South African white supremacists and forced to watch Married at First Sight on repeat with the rest of them, and then you have to talk about it afterwards. And there's some cunt who's always asking you what you're staring at, or if you think you're top shit, or if you saw the footy last night. That's about it, really. That's Australia in a nutshell. That's your country. And yes, I hate it. Let me explain. If I grew up in, say, Japan, my nostalgia for my lost childhood would probably in large part take the shape of nostalgia for shared cultural moments. Like, I might be like, I remember when Mum took me to the Danjiri Matsuri. I remember making mochi at the Mochizuki on New Year's Day. I'll never forget the feeling of watching Dad pounding that mochi on the day and thinking, wow, Dad's so strong. I remember going to the temple to offer blessings on Golden Lake. All these actual moments. Beautiful cultural snapshots, cultural moments shared with a community. So on and so forth. You know, those engendered by real life embodied communities. And to be fair, you can find, you know, within the borders of this big Boer enclave, sub-communities who do have interdependent cultures with food and tradition and communal ties, like usually migrant communities or indigenous communities. And that's dope for them, and I'm super jealous. But I'm a white Australian, you see. And for all of my white Australian brothers and sisters, the thing is we kind of silo off into little nuclear families, and we get deposited into outer suburban colonies that always have either one Coles or one Woolworths at them. Bit of variety perhaps with one Bunnings, you know. And we don't do anything ever, and nothing ever happens. We have never ever participated in culture, you see. All we've ever done is go to the shops to shop. So in the absence of culture, the only shared childhood memories that you can muster, and when I do say you, I mean you, Australian cunt, is going to the shops to buy something. You know, like a sweet, a bar, a chocolate bar at a Coles or a Woolworths. Or you going to a milk bar. And what is a milk bar if not a little 1980s Coles? The only event I remember in Victoria happening was Moomba. And all I remember is that there was a Moomba, because I don't actually remember Moomba. Nobody remembers anything that happens at Moomba. It could just be a rumour. So when I grew up in Melton, there was Jarrawarra Festival. And to be honest, all I remember of that is that at the end, in the 1980s, all the Meltonians used to have a big bonfire, and all my inbred Meltonian childhood friends used to go and root, you know, by the creek next to the bonfire and like drink piss and bash each other. That's it, really, isn't it? You got sport, and what are you looking at, cunt? And some vague memory of a sweet. That's it. That's the culture. And I hate it. I hate this fucking place. And no amount of mustics will ever help me forget how fucking depressing it is. They just make me think of eating out a deer. And I don't want to eat out a deer. I want to remember how shit Australia is. Maybe I should eat fucking mustics as a form of self-flagellation. Maybe I should choke on them in a sad remembrance of how fucking garbage it is to live here. Maybe I ought to choke myself to death on a big bag of mustics while remembering exactly where I live. Maybe that's all I deserve as a white fucking Australian. Oh, sorry. Oh, is this a little bit of a heavy video? Has this got heavy? Oh, sorry. I'm just having a laugh, you know. This is just my idea of a good time. That's a bit of light entertainment, you know. Thought I'd have a go at cracking into the whole Aussie YouTuber reacts to Aussie sweets market. I thought might bump the views up. Have a bit of fun, you know. Oh, anyway, see you next time.